Hey, 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 it's Mikate. Thanks for tuning on in. Today I am super excited because we have been waiting and waiting and waiting for Mabuika for what feels like forever, and she is finally here. She's finally playable, and that means, of course, we're going to do her official character trial, and then we're going to take her out for a spin because I'll admit it, I already pulled for her because I knew I was going to. And after our last two disasters, I'm not really up for pulling on stream anymore. Doesn't work so well for me. Much prefer off stream. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. I'm super excited to take her for a spin and actually see how she is, how everything works, and what her gameplay feels like a little bit, because I feel like that's the most important thing too. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start off with character trials for both her and Sitlali because while I don't have her, she's someone I'm considering. We'll see. Mabuika definitely like top tier, going for her 100%, but Sitlali's an option. Don't really know what I'd do with a cryo shielder, which is why I didn't immediately go for pulling for her. But okay, so first things first, Mabuika is fantastic to play with. Looks like they've got her paired with Auroron, makes sense. I usually would run her with him. Kaya, which is interesting for the melt reaction, presumably. You could get almost constant melt with a Kaya, so that could be that. That's interesting. We'll have to see how that plays. And Layla for a cryo shielder. Makes sense. I feel like all of that's pretty reasonable, and she definitely excels in reaction-based teams, so that makes sense. Plus, it's kind of like a fun use you get for Kaya again. He's been, I have to say, her bike mechanics are really fun. Ooh, she jumps like... I wonder if you take her... Can you take her on Spirit Ways? I'm sure we'll learn here. Whether that's a thing or not. She certainly seems to have, the maneuverability, I have to say, is really fantastic. I feel like Genshin does such a good job of that, just making all their characters, like, super easy to work with and play. Ooh, her ult is good too. Like,
Not too far now. Tell me what you see.
alright, let's play with the reaction, see how that goes, because we all know that's the true shine point here. Okay. Nice. Where are we going? Where are you trying to direct me to? In the sky? Oh, no. You. Hi. Get out of the tree, sir. And that's some pretty good damage. I'd be curious to look at her kit here currently, but... So rude. Okay. Okay. Nice. I mean, we're definitely gonna play with her more. I have to say, the vertical, she doesn't really go up when she's flying. That's really the biggest difference in terms of like her skill compared to all of our other Natlan characters. She's like a little bit worse than the specialized characters, but she's also a jack of all trades. So in that aspect, she kind of is better because you can take her anywhere. Like there's no real like losing here in terms of any terrain. Like she's good everywhere, which is quite nice. Because a lot of our other characters, Mualani's great. She can do land, she can do water, but she can't do air. And even her on land speeds are worse. Like, see, the vertical's not as good, which is fine. But, come on, let go. And even if you take her to areas that aren't Natlan as well, I haven't been disappointed in the length of time with like any of her skills.
Burn it down.
So, yeah, anyway, I wanted to look. The one thing I do always like to check for sure. Let's see. Have they got her in Constellation? No. Interesting. Okay. Level 8 talents. So, a very achievable build, which is always nice. Every once in a while, constellations will hide in there, I feel like. It might not be these trials, it's usually in-game trials, but either way, very nice. And I would say a relatively solid damage for a C0. With her standard weapon, of course, but honestly, you don't need that. I've done a little bit of playing with her with Serpent Spine is I think what I've got her on. But you could use really any attack-based weapon for the most part, or crit, obviously, would be fine, depending on who you're playing her with and what you need in terms of your artifact stats, as always. Alright, let's go check out Sitlali. She's one of my mystery characters. I've not been as hyped for her. Like, don't get me wrong. The character herself, I love. Like, she's great, different, exciting. But as far as gameplay goes, I mean, she could pair with Mobwiga, I guess, as your third. But already having Shilonen to fill that slot. Personally, I don't know what I'd do with her. We'll see. Guess we're here to learn, right?
Show no mercy.
Oh,
Rise like smoke.
there we go. Okay. Huh. Okay, so if we space, then we go on our pillow. I feel like there's... Oh, I bet she uses the things like Auroron does to get a jump boost. That's why that was there. That makes sense. Okay. I feel like Auroron's control is a lot more user-friendly. Maybe I'm just still getting used to it. We'll see how I feel like at the end of it, but...
Get to work. You two. Time to end them. Freeze. Don't get frostbite. Mighty mythical beast.
I mean, her shield's doing fine here. Like, we're getting hit, we're not taking any damage, so that's nice. Always good to have a good shielder in your lineup, I will say. I mean, healers are great too, but if you can build in both, you're kind of unkillable, which is always nice. Are we gonna... Ah, there you are. So, yeah, I mean, this is almost a Mobwiga team, it feels like, which is kind of nice. So if you could do... I mean, if you're playing with 5 stars and allowing yourself to, does this do anything? Well, I mean, she can be played... That's interesting. And I also like that it's based on her skill rather than her ult for her stuff. Because you could play her... I would probably leave Kaya in this team. But you could always, for Sayu, do, well, would I? Might stick Farina in that slot and then do, instead of Sayu, you could do either Shilonen for Mabwika if you're putting her in the slot that Gumming's in currently. Or you could do, I mean, you could always do Kazuha in pretty much any team ever, other than a Mono Geo, so.
What's the...
Or I guess technically you probably shouldn't put him in a Dendro team, but with that exception, I mean, he's fun. She's fun to play. She's fun to play. I will say that. And I feel like her gameplay, like, it's not, I would not use her to travel. Purely based on comparing her to Auroron and his gameplay. They're very similar in terms of, like, the vertical they get and the motion they get. I don't know that in terms of, like, just on a travel team, I would prefer Auroron, hands down. But and then here are 5 stars. Okay, so we've got Diona. Makes sense to have here naturally, but we won't play them on stream. That doesn't need to happen. So I feel like Sitlali for me is gonna stay as a maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't know. She's a solid maybe for me. It probably is just going to depend where I'm sitting and how I feel about like pulls for the next one and whether I'm willing to risk that versus getting one of the other 2 characters who I'm missing out on, because I could use an Electro DPS for sure. So Clarinda's another potential pull. But anyway, so here she is. We are currently in, well, we're by Spiral Abyss, so y'all know where we are. But we're in Mondstadt, so here's her skill duration there. I would say personally, it's not bad. Like, especially considering the mode switches, I feel like honestly you get better duration. It's like if you noticed when I did that, when I went to flying with her, it shifted. This is its own problem. That was not what I meant to do there, but either way, when you go vertical, here I'll show it here better. So it's got its own little duration bar. It's still doing the main duration bar, same thing here. So your timing on land in the air is less, but it's still not bad as far as like general terrain crossing. Like obviously I wouldn't cross an ocean with her. Like, would I go from here to there? No. But if you're just roaming around the map, it's more than enough, I would say. But I guess we'll see. We'll have a better bit of playtesting here as we play through our quest line. So, right here, we're starting. We're going to see how this goes. I am so excited for this one, honestly. Oh, very nice. Love that. Love that for her. Her idols are great too. I haven't mentioned them. Everything's great, let's be honest, but like... Okay, so our job currently is to wait for 2 days. So we're gonna just do that. This is where things are gonna get interesting. Because we're certainly approaching the end of the line here. All right, let's see. Okay, there we go.
From Moika. She says to meet her at the speaker's chamber tomorrow.
Delightful. Okay.
Does that mean your ancient name is ready to be forged? Let's get some good rest today. We need to be at our best for this special moment.
Okay, so I guess we're getting into it, which this makes me so nervous, the end of this like quest line here. I know we've been building to it and all, but like Natlin of all of them seems like the one that they might end up in the most tragedy. Like, clearly they're not afraid to kill some people off, but I guess we'll see how it goes. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna need to meet her. Let's just go here and then we can walk over there. Also, I haven't directly mentioned it, but I'm currently running Mavuika with um, Auroron, Farina, Shalonen, just for the reactions for Auroron and her. And then also to try and build up as much Night Soul points as we possibly can to get that charge on her ult for her, since that's what she needs. I'm more or less using the same kit I used for Kniech when I built him initially, but just in case. So you can see kind of what I'm working with here, where we're at versus our goal. So level 90, Serpent Spine, crit rate based, and boosts on field damage, which is why we're running her as a DPS instead of a sub DPS today. She's flexible, you could do either, but in this case, we're just going to try and make her our main. For the most part, full level 20 artifacts. Here's her current stats. So not like amazing, but certainly not terrible. We're working on it. The ER is just random artifact rolls that had it. It's not intentional. Don't build ER. That's accidental. And then of course I've got her for stats. Try crit rate, crit damage as much as you possibly can. You don't need ER like I mentioned. So that I've got crit damage on the circlet just to build that up with crit rate substat, and attack based build, also build attack as you can. Pyro damage goblet, and I'm using an attack sans. You can also do EM, especially if you're using her as a sub DPS, but like I said, depends what your goal is. So that's my current build. We're going to see how she fares here, especially because we are more than likely, hopefully, at some point here going to encounter some rather aggressive enemies. So, could go either way. We'll see. I'm hoping to not have to switch back to a different team or sub in a different DPS just to get through it. I feel like she can handle it, but she is a little low relative to my world level because she doesn't have any talents over level 6, so... Is this not? Oh no, we have to go to the inn first. I should pay attention to my quest bars. Okay. Can we get through here? It's been a hot minute since I've had to navigate actually inside of here. Yes, perfect. This is not the way I usually enter. Okay, it's nap time. And then tomorrow, things are gonna start happening. Oh, certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Interesting. Well, we're not supposed to be here. That's not good at all, is it? Huh. Okay. Well, we've certainly never been here before. Is there anything back there? No. Got a lot of options as far as what this could be, but either way, it's not good. Whoa.
Rev the engine! vengeance.
What is that? We're gonna just move. What is happening? Oh. Oh, they're stuck. That's Capitano.
Though our homeland has become a distant memory, the flames of war continue to rage. We have long shed the last of our blood. Stay strong, my soldiers. One day, I will deliver you to the place I promised.
What is going on?
Morning, Traveler. Did you have a nightmare last night?
Well, I don't really know that I could call it that. It was certainly something.
How
Hey,
can
thanks
you
for
be
the
tossing
follow.
and turning in your sleep? Maybe you're just nervous for the final battle? Just shake it off, Traveler. We're supposed to meet with Moika today.
Okay. Here we go.
Bring it.
Get out. There's some really unhelpful doors. Okay.
Let's ride.
Definitely not the most maneuverable in tight spaces. Not that typically there's a lot of those. I was just a little impatient to get over there.
I see. If all goes well, 3 days should be more than enough to forge the name. You won't need to push back the plan.
Thank you. I'd say the sooner you can finish it, the better. I still need to announce the matter to everyone.
Don't worry, we should only need half a day. The Traveler has been in Natlan a while now. The Pilgrim's Chronicle should have enough records of her adventures.
Oh, thank goodness. Looks like we've got at least most voice acting from probably our main players here, which is good. Every time we get a new update, I'm always a little bit nervous about that. If anybody had to drop out for one reason or another. That's good. I'm glad we managed to get everybody.
Come in.
Hi.
Hey, Moika! Oh, Shilonen and St. Lolly are here too! Hello!
We were just talking about you. I invited you here for 2 reasons. First, there's the Traveler's ancient name, which is ready to be forged.
Oh yeah! You need the Pilgrim's Chronicle, right? The device the Lord of the Night gave us?
Perfect. Could I take a look? Yep. Well, it looks good. This is definitely enough to work with. Usually the first step in forging an ancient name is performing a ceremony to extract memories from the ley lines. But since the Lord of the Night gave us this record, we can skip that part. Still, I've never used something like this before. This is an entirely new material for me, so I need to look into how the process might change.
I'll help you. My knowledge on the Lord of the Night and the Wyab might come in handy.
That brings me to the second matter. As you already know, once your ancient name is complete, we need to venture into the deepest part of the Night Kingdom. That will happen in 3 days' time.
3 days? So soon?
Yeah, that's a tight timeline. I mean, it'll be fine, but all right.
Wait, but,
You're worried about the Traveler, aren't you?
So sweet of Paimon. How nice of her.
well, Paimon gave it a lot of thought, and Paimon's not very good at thinking or fighting to begin with. It's just, this plan could save countless lives. Paimon understands why people would want to be a part of something so important, but all this time, Paimon has barely left the Traveler's side. Not to mention, we all know this will be a super dangerous mission.
That's right. And as long as we win, the Ode of Resurrection will return us to this land. The Night Kingdom is a realm of souls and memories, where mental fortitude outweighs physical strength. All in Natlan are resolved to win this war. The Sacred Flame will connect us to their fighting spirit. We will do whatever it takes to win. So if you want to contribute, just cheer us on, alongside all the people of Natlan. For the Traveler, I'm sure your words of encouragement are among the most important.
The most important? Really? That's right! Overcoming dangers side by side, just like always! Alright, it's decided. Paimon will cheer the loudest out of everyone in Natlan!
It's less about volume and more about mental focus. But I get it. You're just trying to show how much you care.
It is sweet of her, I have to say. Very cute.
Of course, this all depends on the successful completion of the ancient name. Otherwise, the Traveler will not join me. That is the condition.
Don't worry. I swear on the honor of my tribe, I will not fail. I know how important this is.
There's no time to lose. Let's go.
All right, everyone. When we meet again, it will be to deliver the ancient name.
Good luck, you two! Days, huh? What should we do in the meantime? We know you're still rebuilding, so is there anything we can do to help?
From what I've heard, the two of you have helped more than enough. You should take a well-deserved rest. Even if there are stray abyss monsters out there, our warriors can handle them. Don't worry.
Exactly! We can't take a break! We're adventurers! We gotta live up to the name! We still have a long journey ahead of us and so many places to go! The battle in 3 days is just another part of our adventure!
I see. In that case, just do what you think is best. This final battle is extremely important to me. The culmination of my life's work. Still, I think you've got the right idea. I'm also going to follow my heart. I plan on using these 3 days to calm my mind and work on a painting.
She's a painter. I mean, we've kind of seen, like, vague evidence, but that's pretty cool.
Oh, you know how to paint?
I just learned, actually.
Huh.
I hear it takes a lot of practice to get any good.
Aw. That's so fun.
It could be anything, though. What I really enjoy is the process of getting better at something through practice. It's how I relax.
Also, I have to say, with Mavwika in particular, I like how they've kind of just sprinkled, like, little aspects of everyday bravery into her character. Because, like, let's be honest, when's the last time that any of us who were, like, just starting a hobby and we're kind of pretty bad at it at that point in time, like, we're willing to say, hey, I'm starting this thing, especially with art. I feel like that's like a big one, right? When you're first starting out, you're always nervous. Is it any good? Do I dare show anybody? Like, I feel like that's so common, but Mabuika's just like, she admits things so easily like that. I feel like that's pretty awesome to have and see in a character. It's like the little things. That's what I love most about this game is all the little things they put in there that it's like, here's how you can get a sense of them. And that's always what makes me very happy whenever I see them.
Of course, that's only when I have the time. I'm usually too busy.
So that's how you relax. Well, it definitely seems like your style.
All right, let's go our separate ways for now.
So, if Moika relaxes by working really hard at something, that basically means she never takes a break, right? Wow, she's definitely something else. Oh, hello! Sorry, Moika's not here right now.
Oh,
There you are.
it's Milani. Hi.
We made it! Other than our plan almost falling through, nothing at all. The preparations took longer than expected. We were so worried we wouldn't make it before you left on your next big adventure.
Well, if you hadn't overslept...
Oh,
Details! Anyway, come on. Let's go to the people of the springs.
are we having a party?
Hold on, tell us what's going on first.
It sounds like we're having a party.
Oh yeah. Jumped the gun a bit there, didn't I? Basically, we know about your super important mission coming up, and we want to give you a proper send-off. Before the pilgrimage, we usually hold a huge feast, all you can eat, with meat by the tableful.
Ooh, all you can eat?
I knew that would pique your interest, Paimon. You can eat to your heart's content. You won't want to miss out, I promise. Of course, there's not just meat, but also all kinds of fruit, vegetables, desserts, drinks, you name it. You won't be disappointed.
That sounds amazing! We're in!
Oh, another little opportunity to poke fun.
Well, the best adventurers know how to go with the flow, right?
Yeah. Plus, it would be rather rude after they were sweet enough to plan such a thing to go our own way.
Plus, it sounds like this feast is in your honor. If you don't show up, everyone's hard work will be for nothing. It's our fault for not telling you earlier, so it's okay if you can't make it. Still, if you're not busy, we'd really like you to be there. It won't take up too much of your time.
Oh, Kachina, of course we're coming. Come on.
It'll be super fun. Plus, all our friends will be there. Yes, let's go eat. Huh? What's the holdup, traveler? Did you think of something? Huh? Isn't she painting? Is that okay? It's not like we prepared anything fancy.
Well, not doing it also seems a bit sad.
Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that suggestion. She's the Archon after all. Maybe it's not our place.
Yeah, but like, she's also just a person, you know?
But we might as well extend the invitation. The Archon is about to fight for us with everything she has. This feast is in her honor too.
Then who's gonna be the one to invite her?
All of us, of course.
Okay, let's see what she says. I genuinely don't know. Oh, she's back here. She is back here. She's hiding.
Come in. Oh, it's you four. Is there something you need?
We're here to invite you to the people of the springs for a feast.
Ah, I see. This is a special kind of feast, isn't it?
Exactly. It's a tradition to hold a feast before battle. We couldn't miss out on this opportunity. It's our way of cheering you on.
Plus, I always wanted to do something to thank you for saving me from the Night Kingdom.
That was my duty. Besides, it's all in the past now. You don't owe me anything. Although, this feast does sound rather interesting.
So you'll come?
Of course. No need to notify Amina in advance. I'll just surprise her. You don't need to turn this into some kind of grand banquet on my account. I'll try my best to attend as an ordinary person, not an Archon.
It's not like you're the type to pull rank or something.
True, but my presence changes the way people act. I just don't want to spoil the fun. A lot of things can change once an Archon is involved.
Sounds like a kind of terrible way to live, honestly. I feel like the Archons really do just get, like, the worst end of the stick in a lot of ways. Like, sure, there's power that comes with it, but, like, every single one we've talked to has kind of hated their role a little bit.
A barbecue is best fresh off the grill. And still, people will insist on waiting for me to eat first.
Oh, yeah, Paimon can see that.
Don't worry, I'll jump in if that happens. I can throw manners to the wind, no problem.
No need, I can take care of it. Anyway, thank you for inviting me. It really means a lot. I don't need to finish it. I enjoy the process, but now there's something more interesting to do.
Then let's go together. The main dish should be ready soon.
Off we go on a grand adventure. Okay, so we'll just use a waypoint. Makes life a little easier. It's far enough away either way.
Yep. Full throttle.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, crowded spots aren't really her best area, but like it's fine. Shalonen does a little better there. Ah, there we go. We are here with our whole group. Glad Kanicha's shown up too. That's
You're
always
kidding.
happy.
Another one? But this is just a small send-off. What are we going to do with all this stuff?
You know, of all the problems to have, too much stuff is probably not the end of the world, but like, I also get it. Because if you ever throw a party and then accidentally have too much leftovers, you're like, what the heck do I do with all this? I can't do anything with it. So, like, I get it, but it's also so funny. It's like such a mundane problem to have.
Then again, I understand where they're coming from. I'll deal with it. What a headache. If this continues, half of this stuff's gonna go bad before we get to it. Huh? You're here already? And you even brought the Archon? What are you doing here?
We invited her. She agreed to come as a surprise guest.
Surprise is putting it lightly. Sorry. I'm happy you're here. It's just...
No apology necessary. What's going on?
Well, I started spreading the word about the send-off, just around the area like usual. A lot of people are still busy repairing their homes, so I didn't think many people would come. But the turnout has been overwhelming. Not to mention, we've received a small mountain of deliveries. There's no way we can use all this stuff.
That's our Star Outlander's popularity for you.
You're saying everyone's here because of us? Yep. The news about your impending mission with the Pyro Archon has spread all over Nutland. Plus, you were amazing in the recent battle. A lot of people are here just to thank you, or wish you good luck. Basically, this whole thing is happening because so many people wanted to see you.
Yeah. We did do that.
We're in this together. They both deserve a celebration. Well, this is the perfect excuse to throw an even bigger party. All this extra stuff was gonna go to waste anyway.
No need to go to all that trouble on my account. That's not why I'm here. Besides, with so much of our nation in ruins, resources are still scarce. This extra spending for my sake is the last thing we need.
That's true. Party planning isn't easy. I can handle the big picture, but I'm not used to dealing with the finer details. That was always Auntie Atea's job. Sorry. I'm just feeling a bit in over my head. Oh, speaking of Atea, how is she? Is she feeling any
Ooh. Not a
better? Oh.
not a good question to ask, Paimon.
Actually, there's something we haven't told you. Auntie Atea passed away not long after the attack on our tribe.
Yep, there it is.
What?
When you brought me her talisman, I knew her end was near. Luckily, I got the chance to see her one last time. She was a hero to the very end. Even though her body was at its breaking point, she showed no pain or sorrow. In her final moments, her thoughts were entirely with her tribe and her people. Gatherings like this remind me of her and the parties she loved to organize. So I decided to attend in her memory.
We didn't mean to hide anything from you. It's just, there was never a good time to bring it up. Cheer up, everyone. Auntie Atea wouldn't want us to remember her with tears. Parties like this were her specialty. But now, it's up to us to carry on her legacy. So we can't let her down. Believe me, she has high standards.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, come on, let's get to work, everyone. Oh, Chief Amina and our guests of honor excluded. Kachina can each time to go.
Wait, you don't have to drag me.
Amina, you mentioned something about a surplus of supplies. I may have a solution. First, invite anyone who comes to deliver supplies to stay for the gathering. If it's a caravan, ask them to extend an invitation to the sender as well. Make it clear in the invitation that anyone is welcome to attend, but you're no longer accepting donations. In addition, all leftover supplies will be purchased by the speaker's chamber, sorted, and donated to the appropriate areas.
That would be such a big help, Archon. Thank you. I'll get on it right away.
She's so
Amazing plan, Malika.
adorable.
It was clear, concise, and organized. But, weren't you trying to keep this small?
I don't mind increasing the size of the gathering, I just didn't want it to be because of me. My approach to problem solving is always the same. Different solutions lead to different outcomes. The method may change, but the right choice is always grounded in logic and reason.
Whoa. Hana feels like she just learned a thing or two.
Paimon, come on.
Well, should we take a walk while everyone finishes the preparations?
Sounds good. A casual stroll can be hard to come by. Let's go.
Okay. Ooh, looks like everybody's here. I see Chaska. Let's see how she's doing. It's been a minute. I mean, it's been a minute for
Chaska?
all of them.
Hello, Archon. I'm, fishing.
Oh, doesn't look like the fish are biting today.
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you. Maybe she wasn't the best first person to talk to.
It's okay. You don't have to walk on eggshells around me. I know you can tell I'm not really trying to fish, but gazing at the water puts me at ease.
I went to visit your parents, Chaska. Of course, I could only offer a few simple condolences.
You helped a lot, actually. My mom has been doing better since your visit. I've always been grateful to my parents for taking me in, but now I have an even deeper sense of responsibility. I'll never be able to replace Koichi, but I will do everything in my power to pull them out of their loneliness and despair.
That's exactly what your mother's worried about. She doesn't want you to push yourself to make up for their loss. After all, it's your loss too. Grief is not something that can be measured against others. You don't need to make amends, Chaska. Your loss is a tragedy, not a debt. In any case, they've always loved both of you. There's no need for you to become Koichi when they love you just for yourself.
Yeah, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
Thank you, everyone. Sounds like I owe my parents a conversation.
Let's go find Kanich. He's another one we haven't, he's probably the longest we've had any kind of interaction with.
Nothing. We're just taking a look around. Oh, really?
That's a bit of an exaggeration. I just asked Kanich to help identify some of the unknown casualties from the battle. The fighting consumed all of Natlan. Countless humans and Saurians were dragged into the conflict. So a lot of investigative work is required to confirm their identities.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, I guess he makes sense as someone to pick for that. Kind of falls in line.
Because Natlan's heroes deserve to be remembered, right?
Exactly. That is how we, as the living, respect our heroes and the values of their lives. So let me know if you need extra help, Kanich. Understood. Thank you for your hard work.
See, we've also got a roar on. Everybody really has shown up here, pretty much, which is nice. Let's see how he's doing, I
Mother
guess.
Granny, Archon. I swear, I've been on my best behavior recently.
Paimon knows it's just how you talk, but you've got to realize how suspicious that sounds, right?
It's so true, though. Like, he really... He's so problematic.
I am curious, though. Are you still working with the captain?
No, I don't have a reason to follow him anymore. So my life is back to normal. Growing vegetables, raising aphids. Well, maybe not completely normal. I'm still keeping tabs on the situation in the Night Kingdom. The ley lines are in a bad state.
We plan on bringing that to an end.
I know. You and other Granny, right? You're going to become great heroes. And the most I can do is weave a scroll of your deeds.
Poor guy. Doesn't sound so happy about that.
Oh, you know how to do that?
Most people from my tribe know the art, but I'm not very good. I can never seem to empty my mind. We commemorate the deeds of others as a form of inspiration. But rather than waiting for someone else to be inspired, isn't it faster to just take things into your own hands?
Well, there are always things we can't do on our own.
I wouldn't phrase it quite like that, but Paimon's not wrong. Time will give you an answer. I know how you feel, Auroron. It took me a long time to find my place in the world. I'm more mature now, but that passion, that drive to prove myself, I miss it sometimes. Maybe you'll change in the future, but you can still be proud of who you are now.
You're saying I need to live in the present? Thank you, Archon. That's what I've always tried to do.
Hey, looks like the food is almost ready. Let's head over. Paimon can't wait to feast.
That may have been a dangerous conversation right there.
You want to see? That's okay. We can head over later too.
Paimon. I have to say, Auroron's one of those funny characters because I quite like him, but I don't think I can trust him. Which, it's not that we don't see that ever, but I feel like it's not as... And it's not even that I don't trust his motives, because his motives are good. Like, at their base, he genuinely wants to help. But, like, I don't know. He also absolutely will do wrong things for the right reason, and that scares me a little bit. Okay, let's go. Let's have a party.
So full. I'm practically a blubber beast.
Oh, Annie.
What's that? A creature from Fontaine with a super round belly. You've never seen a picture of one?
Oh, it sounds so cute.
They are pretty cute.
Paimon can vouch for their cuteness. You can pat their belly and I'll even join in. Wow, she must have been a great fighter to keep up with you.
Okay, so she's not... we're not the only one then. Something's definitely gone funky with those ley lines. And the fact that Capitano was involved, that makes me very nervous too. Because he's another one, which, like, we don't even really trust his motivations. Like, he's another one that could really go any direction. Makes me nervous.
Wait, now that you mention it, I've had dreams of Auntie Atea. She was her typical self, brave and stern, always with that indescribable warmth. I've never had a dream that felt so real. Just like you said, it felt like I actually got to see her again.
So it wasn't just me.
Wait, you've had dreams too? Oh, don't tell Paimon you dreamt of your aphids or something.
Paimon, come on. We're trying to be nice here.
It wasn't just them. Some of the Gramps and Grannies who looked after me were there too. Growing up, I could always hear a degree of guilt in the way they spoke to me. It's why they never asked anything of me. Why they gave me so much freedom. I never wanted things to be that way. But even in my own dreams, nothing changed. They sounded exactly the same, just like real life.
The same thing happened to me. I dreamt of Ayo's grandparents.
Io? Oh, right, your Saurian companion.
Ayo's grandparents fell to the abyss during the battle, so it's been really hard for him. He's barely been eating. I set up a tent near his home so I could be there for him. And I had a dream that his grandparents came back. I was so happy. In the dream, Ayo seemed like his normal self again. But it was only for a moment, and then I woke up. In real life, Ayo is still struggling. He barely sleeps or eats. But it's all right. I'll be there for him.
Traveler? Chaska? Did you two... Oh, sorry, never mind.
When did this become story hour? Still, I have nothing to hide. I dreamt about Koichi. She told me I felt like a completely different person. She said I'm going down the right path, so she doesn't need to pick fights with me anymore.
Okay, so we're there's clearly a trend here, obviously. It's gotta have something to do with the ley lines, too, being all kinds of messed up, because, like, they're so intertwined with memory. Like, that's gotta be the cause, right?
Maybe your dreams felt real, but The Koichi I saw was nothing like her real self. She would never say anything like that to me. It was a dream. Nothing more. It's fine. I'm the one being a buzzkill.
Well, what about you, Traveler? Did you have a special dream?
Something like that.
You're kidding. The captain?
No, of course not.
Maybe the traveler's dream is a different kind of phenomenon.
I may know the cause of the dreams. At the end of the battle, I launched a special kind of night war by using the power of the Divine Throne. Its great power allowed the Ode of Resurrection to bring back all casualties, independent of the time of victory or the possession of an ancient name. In addition, the power of the Divine Throne revitalized the souls and memories within the Night Kingdom, allowing them to take the form of their past selves. Even after the battle, that effect still lingers. That's why those you lost were able to reappear in your dreams. But I agree with Auroron. The Traveler's dream is likely a different matter.
The shamans of my tribe often receive visions of the future through dreams. Is that what you're suggesting?
Yes, exactly.
So, the Traveler saw the captain's future?
It's still unclear, but Granny taught me how to interpret dreams. Would it be okay if I tried to take a look? If I can observe your soul, I can find out the key elements of the dream. You're thinking of the Dendro Archon, right? My tribe's power over dreams is nothing compared to that of an Archon. Observing the dreamscape requires a ritual and can only reveal static images. We also need the full cooperation of the dreamer. Otherwise, the process could be used to violate the privacy of others.
I also have a fairly good understanding of the ritual. What do you say, Traveler? Should we start the preparations?
Then I'll start getting ready. We'll carry out the ceremony somewhere else.
Okay. Well, this'll certainly be interesting, won't it? Gonna be, dream walking here.
I never knew you could make it this way. This formula is new to me.
Your granny never taught you about incense making?
No. She usually just lists off the ingredients and tells me to follow the formula.
Then you still have a lot to learn from her. All right, we're ready, Traveler. Once you head inside, you'll fall into a brief sleep. Auroron will interpret the dreamscape, but you won't feel a thing.
That's right. Everything's all set.
So, you just need to take a nap? Sounds easy enough.
Hopefully, it really is that simple. Although, somehow, I have some doubts.
Here, have some water. It'll help to clear your head.
You're awake already, Traveler? That was fast.
It was enough. What did you learn, Auroron?
The person next to the captain. I've seen him before. He was the one who tried to possess me back at the ruin.
Huh? It was him? Guthrid, right? The military doctor?
So you know that name too?
Yeah, the captain told us about him when we were helping Eon-san. He was the one who developed the Draft of Lucidity, a drug that could help people with hallucinations.
I see. After the battle, I returned to my tribe and began searching through our records of the catastrophe 500 years ago. Even though my encounter with him was brief, I managed to track down some information. The record said he was cold and decisive. Like the captain, he was formidable in battle, but the two upheld very different ideas of justice.
So, he didn't have the captain's sense of honor?
That makes sense. The best partners are those who complement each other.
Wait, if there are records of all this, that must must mean the captain was famous in that land.
Yes, but unless he brings up his past, few are likely to make the connection between a Fatui harbinger and Thrain, one of Natlan's legendary heroes.
Excuse me?
Guthred is also a respected figure in our nation. The story of how he sacrificed himself for Natlan is a pretty famous tribal legend.
You've got a name.
But there's still something I don't understand. I'm the only one who saw him. You shouldn't be able to dream of someone you've never met. And yet, the figure in your dream looked exactly like him.
I don't think that's a coincidence. I believe what the traveler saw was Guthred's soul.
But didn't he die hundreds of years ago? There's no way his soul could have survived that long.
Maybe he found his way to the Night Kingdom for a little bit.
No. The Night Kingdom only accepts the souls of Natlan. It's always been that way. The ruler of death likely wanted to prevent the Ode of Resurrection from being abused.
When I was with the captain, I could hear something coming from him. Souls that were not his own. I heard voices of sorrow and pain, sometimes faint, sometimes strong.
So, what? You think he's, like, absorbing other souls to get their power or something? I mean, I guess we said he didn't have a sense of honor, but that's going a few steps further, isn't it?
Wait, are you saying the captain has had Guthred's soul inside of him all along?
Oh. Or that, I guess.
That's the part I don't understand. Ordinary people shouldn't be able to carry the souls of others. It's only possible for me because my situation is unique. And even then, you saw what happened. The Lord of the Night's voice triggers a violent reaction in those with fragmented souls. I even checked his soul myself. It's resilient, radiant, and entirely in one piece.
Maybe it has something to do with Guthred then.
It's very possible. It's still too early to tell, but the continued existence of Guthred's soul is likely the key to figuring out the captain's true intentions.
Yeah, there's definitely something more going on here than he's been willing to tell us, huh? Not surprising, considering his existence and all in Natlan now, but I don't like it.
I agree.
The captain never revealed anything to you? The two of you worked together for quite some time.
No, he rarely talked about himself. We were united in our efforts to save Natlan, but it never went beyond that.
Let's come back to this later. One final step, and we save Natlan for good. That must be our focus.
Something tells me this might just be relevant to that, though.
I'll tell the officials at the speaker's chamber to monitor the captain. Nevertheless, I doubt his goal will interfere with our plan.
Guess we can hope.
Yeah, he's definitely up to something. But there are far more important things for Paimon to worry about. Like if Paimon had to rate her level of worry, the captain gets maybe 50 points. But considering the final battle, you two get at least 2,000!
In any case, conjecture will only get us so far. It might be more useful for you to ask the captain directly, Auroron. With any luck, he might just tell you the truth.
Huh? Me?
Well, who else is gonna do it, bro? We're a little busy.
Don't tell me you haven't noticed his respect for you. The first of the Fatui Harbingers doesn't work with just anyone. Fortune favors the bold. So if you ask me, posing the question directly is the wiser choice.
I'm not so sure, but I'll give it a try.
All right, let's head back and enjoy the party.
I continue to remain worried about him.
Bring it!
Thank you so much for coming, everyone! As this gathering comes to a close, let's hear it for the Pyro Archon and the Traveler one last time!
Good luck.
You've got this! For Natlan!
Thank you, everyone. Today has meant so much to me. It's been a long time since I had the chance to truly relax.
Yeah, today was great.
Well, that concludes the send-off. Everyone is free to go. Any volunteers willing to stick around for cleanup, follow me! Oh, I'm in.
All right, I'm gonna head back to the stadium. I'm sure there's a lot of work to make up at the speaker's chamber.
Wait, what happened to taking a break?
There is no break from the responsibilities of an Archon. Anyone else heading to the stadium? We can go together.
Yeah, I'll come. There's a few things I want to pick up before I head home. No one really needs a peacemaker right now, so I think I'll spend some time with my parents.
Okay, see you soon!
Time for me to head back too. Oh, wait. I should stop by Aoife's place first. I need to make sure he's taking care of my radishes.
Of course you do. Well, safe travels. Oh, wait! Paimon wanted to ask something. Where was the How this whole time? What goes around comes around.
Oh dear.
Well, I guess I should head out too. It's gonna be super late by the time I get back. I think I'll go see Shilonin. She's probably done with your ancient name by now. I can check for you. Yeah, Shilonin is an amazing engraver. She usually works really fast. But your ancient name is a special case, so I can't say for sure.
Well, we also don't have anything to do, so why don't we go together?
Oh, it's okay. I'm not alone. Turbo Twirly's with me. Still, if you want to check on the progress, we should definitely go together. Getting an ancient name is such a special moment.
Whoo, let's go!
What was that? Is that a hoe?
Help! Someone save me!
Oh. Can't say he doesn't deserve it though. Like, the guy could be a little nicer. Certainly. Okay, so we're going. Where are we going? Here, apparently, something's gonna happen. Ooh. Didn't realize how bad of a slope that was. That's okay. Trying to avoid the death by cutscene, and instead we, got that. Mildly unfortunate, but it's alright, I suppose.
Hey, remember when you first arrived in Natlan? It was still light out, and we traveled on this route together. It was the day before the pilgrimage, and we met up with Kanich and Mualani.
Wow, feels like it was just yesterday.
Yeah, you saved me from the Night Kingdom, you helped us win that battle against the Abyss, and the final battle is just around the corner. Huh? Oh yeah, you're right. I was so nervous the night before the pilgrimage, but your words of encouragement made me feel a lot better. I slept so well that night, and earned the best score I've ever had in the pilgrimage. So, if you're nervous, traveler, maybe I can encourage you this time. I've learned so much from you, but I doubt I can return the favor.
Aww. She's so sweet, though.
I knew it! I really look up to your bravery, traveler. Alright, let's keep going.
we go. I don't like that this is going around a corner. What on earth are we gonna find? Okay, we're almost there. Let's see, we need to go. Oh no. No, thank you, friend. Not really following a path so much anymore, I feel like. We're just kind of randomly by a lakeshore, but that's cool.
Hey, this is where we met Toto, isn't it?
Yeah, but Toto probably won't be able to come back here for a while. During the battle, Toto refused to leave this place. Monsters started closing in and he got really injured. But an amazing doctor saved his life! The doctor said he refused to leave because of his territorial instincts. I have a different idea, though. Toto is a gentle creature. He's not aggressive or territorial. He loves his home and wants to share that with everyone in the area. I don't like conflict or violence either. Toto and I are similar in that way. But we want to protect the things we love from being destroyed. So, we chose to fight. Love is an extremely positive and powerful emotion, but sometimes it comes with pain. That's what my dad always says. Now I finally understand what he meant. It's alright. This will all be over soon. The fact that I was born in this era, that I got to meet legendary heroes like you and our Archon, actually makes me feel really lucky. I've always wanted to see what Natlan would be like without the Abyss. And now, that day is just around the corner. I know you two can win this.
Yeah, it's time to get this over with. We've still got a long journey ahead of us.
Come on, we're almost there.
This does feel really poetic, kind of ending things a little bit. Obviously, this isn't hopefully the end, but like walking through things towards the end, back to get our ancient name with Kachina, feels right.
Let's ride.
Bring it!
Let's ride.
Okay, so we need to go. Oh, we're close. Is it up? Are we going up? No. This way.
Wait, that's Hanwi. Hey, Hanwi, what are you doing here? Oh, let me introduce you. This is Aya's mom.
Hello!
Oh no, you seem worried. Is something wrong? She left. Come on, let's follow her.
Yeah, that's definitely not great.
She's really freaking out. What's going on?
Oh no. Oh, it's the little guy.
Oh, it's because of Io. Aw, still no change, huh? Poor thing.
Oh, right. You said Io's grandparents died in the battle.
Yeah. When the Abyss attacked, Io's entire family fought to defend our tribe. Io's parents made it through, but his grandparents weren't so lucky. The whole family was really close, and now Io barely sleeps or eats. All he wants to do is look for them. Maybe he thinks his grandparents are still out there somewhere, but there's no bringing them back. Hey, Io. It's me. Feeling any better? I brought some steak for you. I know it's your favorite, and it's still warm. Want some? Nope. It's like he doesn't even know I'm here.
Traveler, doesn't this situation remind you of abyssal corrosion syndrome?
Huh? What's abyssal corrosion syndrome?
According to the captain, it's a kind of mental disorder that results from abyssal contamination, even after its power has been purified. It can cause hallucinations, mental breakdowns. It's really dangerous.
That does kind of sound like what's happening to Io, but I don't think he was contaminated by the Abyss.
It's hard to say for sure. Still, abyssal power was everywhere during the battle. Maybe it affected him indirectly.
It's possible.
Yeah, that medicine was really effective against the worst cases. Since we don't have any other options, should we give it a try?
Okay, but just a small amount. Since it was developed for humans, it might have a different effect on a Saurian.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Oh, oh no way! Did it work?
You're okay? I'm so relieved! Thank you so much! That medicine is amazing! Done eating, Io? Then you should get some rest. You've barely slept these past few days.
Oh,
Okay. You're full of energy, aren't you? Fine, I won't nag you. Just don't overdo it.
oh,
Thank you so much, you two. You helped save Io. Could you share some of that medicine with me? I want to be able to help someone else if I were to run into a similar situation.
Of course.
You know, I used to take a lot of things for granted. Growing up, it's easy to think that everything around you will just exist forever. But the battle taught me that very few things in life are permanent. Like this path, for example. It's the same one we walked before, but now the view is completely different. It makes the things we love even more precious. So, I want to do as much as I can to defend my family and friends, so I can move forward without regrets. Actually, that's something I learned from you. You really taught me a lot.
Yeah, you're so talented and strong. Practically a star pupil.
Really? So you think I'm doing a good job? I've been a good disciple? Or a student?
oh.
Thank you. I won't let you down. I'll train even harder tomorrow.
I love Kachina so much. She's so tiny and adorable.
All right. We're not far from the tribe. Let's go. Bye, Io. Bye, Hanwi. Bye, Onpeo.
Bring it!
Oh, we're nearly there. Bye, friends. We're not gonna engage. We don't need to do that. That's not necessary. Huh. Honestly? Whoa. Here, you know what? No, come here. Come here, you. We need to go up, I think. There we go. Success.
We're here. That was quite the trek. After you visit Shilonin, you should come over for dinner. You can stay the night, too. I'll help my parents get everything ready.
We wouldn't want to impose. Let's see how things go with Shilonin first.
Totally up to you. You're always welcome. Bye.
When you think about it, we actually haven't known Kachina that long. Our journey in Natland feels like it just started, and now it's about to end. That's true. We'll just have to add them to the itinerary. All right, time to go check on your ancient name.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's see if Shlonen has anything to say. And how it's going. Or not going, I suppose, as the case may be.
Oh, it's you two. The party's over, I'm guessing?
You knew about that?
Of course. Everyone in Natlan is rooting for you. Shilonen is working on the last part of your ancient name. It's best not to bother her when she's in the zone. Your name is a special case. There were quite a few headaches along the way, which slowed the progress. I told Shilonen if we hurry, we might make it to the feast in time to snag the last round of barbecue.
Ah, so you attempted to find and give her some extra motivation, I see.
I was just teasing, but she gave it some serious thought, nodded, and really hit the ground running after that. It's like my joke lit a fire under her or something.
Sounds like she really wanted that barbecue.
Yeah, it's a favorite in her tribe. I bet she still hasn't realized the feast is already over.
Wait, should we go make some for her then?
I appreciate the thought, but there's no need. I can tell what time it is. The light outside is a dead giveaway. Besides, I knew it was a joke, but we were having a serious conversation at the time, so I decided to give a serious response. Well, anyway, I have something more important to show you.
Ooh,
Here, take a look.
it's so pretty.
Wow, it's your ancient name.
Tumaini, a name surfaced from the very bottom of the River of Souls. It means hope.
A light to guide us through the darkness, like the stars or the moon. It's a perfect fit.
Amazing. Does this name come with a cool chant like the others?
Of course,
I'm
but
on.
that'll come later. The Traveler is the first bearer of this name. Those words will emerge naturally during her journey. Once you return triumphant from the battle, I'm sure you will have fully understood why the Lord of the Night chose this name for you.
Well, getting this name turned out to be easier than Paimon was expecting.
It all came down to the Lord of the Night's power. This situation is the first of its kind. Heck, I doubt we'll ever get a chance like this again.
Imagine receiving that much help from the Lord of the Night only for our most trusted engraver to fail. That would have been so embarrassing for humanity.
Well, success was never a question. You just like to make things seem dramatic. It's all those novels you read.
Hey, it's not like I wanted you to fail. When you've been alive as long as me, you learn that anything can happen.
Okay, it all worked out in the end.
A little bit of a cat fight going on, huh?
Your name was successfully forged, and it passed all my technical tests. But there's still one more step. We need to make sure the name has accepted you, and will function normally in your possession.
An Outlander has never received an ancient name before. I wouldn't be surprised if something equally unprecedented happens when you connect to it.
So you're saying it's still too early to celebrate? Well, when it comes to something this important, important. We can't leave anything to chance. Let's run this final test.
Oh, don't worry, the process is simple. We can find a quiet place to test it out after dinner. Basically, I need to observe whether your soul can connect to the ley lines and make sure there are no signs of rejection.
Last time, you essentially barged into the Night Kingdom, but now we must make sure that it will truly accept you. Just leave it to me. I'm a professional.
Oh, and you can have the Pilgrim's Chronicle back.
Huh? It wasn't destroyed?
If forging an ancient name consumed the memories used to create it, the first person to bear the name would never be remembered. The Pilgrim's Chronicle is still the most significant proof of your adventures in Natlan.
No need to make a fuss. Let's go eat. I'm starving.
Come on, I'll take you to my favorite barbecue place.
Barbecue. See? I knew you couldn't resist.
Oh, well, I forgot to mention, the place has top-tier alcohol as well.
Well, what are we waiting for? Hop to it, people!
Oh, these two.
Is something on your mind, Sweet Lolly? You barely had anything to drink at dinner.
I didn't think anything could shake me at this age. But the closer we get to the final battle, the more worried I feel. You have an ancient name now, but the Ode of Resurrection only takes effect if you win. And the Pyro Archon's fate is pointing toward death. I believe in you. And thank you. Your words mean a lot.
All right, I'm ready. Oh, is, something wrong?
No, not at all. Sweet Lolly just ate too much.
Yes, that's right. So I should really walk it off. Come on, let's run the final test.
Okay. There we go, I guess. Let's go see how this works. What are you? Oh. There it is. It's so pretty. Whoa. Okay, so we're going a ways out. Is there a convenient way to get there? Yes, perfect. Okay. Oh, are we meant to be down? We are, aren't we? Yeah, there's like there's a... Uh-huh. Okay. Alright, we can do that. Presumably. There we are. Okay. Let's see.
All set, Shilonen?
Yeah, just need to check one more thing, and... Yeah, okay, we're good.
All right, I'll stand next to you and monitor your connection to the ley lines. It shouldn't take long, but you need to look out for one thing. This test relies on the same principles as the Spirit Speaker Stone. I heard about what happened when you used it last time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Abyssal power kept surging out. If Chaska hadn't destroyed the stone, Vichama would have been consumed by the abyss!
That's exactly what I'm worried about. All this time, our final foe has continued to corrode the ley lines from the depths of the Night Kingdom. Your resistance to its power is remarkable, but you need to tell me if anything feels wrong. If either of us notices something off, the test ends. Got it? Don't worry, I'll use elemental power to take care of that. This isn't exactly a picnic in the park, but everyone knows you never leave trash behind. Shilonen, I'm ready to start. Paimon, give us a little more space.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this.
It's probably for the best. I did not want to know what an abyssally corrupted Paimon would be. Ooh, shiny.
Whoa, that light is beautiful. It's exactly like when we used the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Your connection to the ley lines looks good. I can sense the Lord of the Night. Your soul is remarkable. Such a strong presence. Even on par with the Lord of the Night. Looks like the Lord of the Night has accepted this name and acknowledged you as its bearer. No surprise there, considering we only got this far because of her. Stable connection to the ley lines, no unexpected fluctuations, both good signs. How do you feel, Traveler?
Then it looks like your ancient name is good to go. That's great news.
Oh. What is that?
Look, something's coming.
No need to panic, Paimon. The damage to the ley lines has allowed these soul-like beings to leak out onto the surface. It's just because of the ritual. It makes it so that everyone can see them. I know they look like ghosts, but it shouldn't last long. Although there shouldn't be this many.
Home. This way.
Shilonen, stop the test! We've already confirmed what we came here for.
Got it.
What's going on?
I see. It wasn't just escaped souls. The ritual attracted all the souls in the surrounding area.
Surrounding area?
The Night Kingdom is getting weaker by the day, especially in its capacity to accept souls. After death, many souls fail to return to the ley lines. Once a soul becomes lost, it can never return to the Night Kingdom. Lost souls can only wander listlessly, gradually fading from existence before disappearing entirely.
Please, take me back. I cannot disappear.
So the connection we established to the Night Kingdom, that's what drew them here?
Yes. The Traveler's soul is powerful, so the echoes coming back from the Night Kingdom were loud and strong. Some of these souls never made it to the ley lines. Others escaped from the Night Kingdom, and even more don't come from Natlan. Complicated doesn't even begin to describe it.
So, they've always been around? We just couldn't see them most of the time?
We can try. Returning souls to the ley lines usually requires a complex ritual. But we don't have time for that, and neither do they. That's exactly why my people turned to vessels like Auroron. He has a remarkable ability to perceive souls. Even after the failed ceremony, he made it his mission to travel around Natlan and return as many souls as possible. But most of the time, having the ability to perceive souls means watching them wither in agony. Completely powerless to stop it.
So you're saying there will always be those that we can't save?
That's right. But saving some is still better than saving none at all. After all, souls that disappear can never be reborn. That has to be true loneliness. The knowledge that you've been abandoned by the world, even in death.
Yeah, we should try to save whoever we can.
All right, we're gonna take a brief pause here for just a few minutes. We'll be back in 5 since it is at the hour 30-minute mark. If you've been listening along, I encourage you take a quick break, go get some water. That's what I'll be doing. And just stretch your legs a little bit, and I will be back in about 5 minutes. So at 3:45 EST. See you then.